Hey, yo, what's good, man? We are back with another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. Today we came to bring y'all an episode chosen by Art. But before we get into that, man, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Showtime Slim. Who else we got in the building?
We got Bob Celeste. I'm the best. Got another classic this week, man. Let's go.
It's Art, man. Which one of y'all niggas is King?
Who want to know? But look, let's go ahead before we actually talk about the movie. Art, tell us why you chose this movie.
My bad. I chose this movie for a few reasons. This is honestly a movie that I feel like as far as black movies, as far as especially in the '90s, like at that renaissance of that era, is one of the top movies of like the '90s and shit. But
Yeah.
I feel like this movie in particular is like should really get a lot more praise than it gets. I feel like it gets held in the box of just black movies and hood classics, and that's why it get circled in with these like lower tier hood movies like Belly and shit like that. That's not even that good. When it really honestly could be compared to the higher end gangster movies like The Godfather and Scarface, in my opinion. Like I feel like
Well,
if you
yeah. So you got to. So what it is so this is considered like a hood classic because of the time period that it was done in, and I want to say the black centered or the black centric movies. Whenever you're talking about like people in the urban communities and gang violence and just like living in the hood type shit, all of those movies are going to get clumped in together, especially like during that time period. This came out in '93. I think Boys in the Hood came out a little bit before this, like a couple years maybe.
yeah,
So
yeah, and I feel like that, but I feel like this movie could like because it's a black movie, it's in that circle. I feel like it could be higher. I feel like if you swap these characters out with Italian characters, it's just the average mob movie. It's
for sure.
good. It's you can swap Kane out with fucking Robert De Niro, and then swap Old Dog out and put Joe Pesci in it, and then it's a mob movie.
So so about this movie, um, this movie, the writers, the Hughes brothers or whatever, they actually modeled this after like Goodfellas, one of those mob type movies. So
Yeah,
it was actually structured after Goodfellas. They
right.
just you know made it like a urban community, a hood movie or whatever. I don't know, but it was definitely structured like that, like a mob movie. So I see why
Yeah.
you say it could be interchangeable like that.
And also
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
my bad.
mm,
You go
no,
ahead,
you good.
Lauren.
Not, oh no, 'cause I was about to say, one thing I like is how they kind of gave you the history and the backstory for the characters, like, because what they going through, you know what I'm saying? It's like on the back all that, like the riots and all that shit that happened in California and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga said something like, after the riot stopped, the drugs started. And shit's a hard ass line, son. And that
And
definitely what it was.
also even like that even puts you in perspective immediately at to the beginning of the movie because you know if you know about the Ross riot, you know it's a incident that happened with the girl in a Korean store that got killed, and that brought a lot of racial tension between the Koreans and the and like the blacks. So that put that whole thing into perspective that happened in the beginning with the store and shit.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
for real.
So that was
So
a major.
the movie is Menace to Society. We didn't say what it was. It's Menace to Society. Um, a lot of people, whether you have seen it or not, like you've heard of it. Like I've heard of this movie my entire life. I just never saw all of it. I saw parts of it, like for instance, the very beginning, where they're walking into the Korean store and all that shit happened. Like I've seen that at least 10 times without watching this movie. I just seen that part at least 10 times. And the part with where he's there with the detective, the oh you fucked up, right? I've seen that, but I've never watched this movie as a whole. So it was a interesting experience, man. What about you, Luno? I know this is your first time viewing it as well.
So I mean, I feel like watching it or whatever else, I can see like why it resonates for like not only just black audiences, but I guess just like street niggas, bro. Like niggas that like used to hang out just like on the street for exorbitant amounts of time into the night, during the day and shit, instead of being in the
Mm-hmm.
crib, being at school. Like there's a lot of that shit from just like growing up that I feel like they just like captured that shit.
Yeah.
Like and I feel like it's just like a piece out of that. And I also feel like um the shit is made in such a way where it's like it's not really like some sort of main plot sort of deal. It's more like I'm watching like just like a cycle play itself out, kind of like the cycle of like the teachings and shit like that. Like every generation got somebody saying, "Hey man, you gotta chill," because this, whatever. Niggas saying no, and then like you see how it influences the kids and all that. They did a really good job of that. So I feel like they as a first watch in my adulthood is definitely hit. So I don't know how it's like for niggas just
Yeah,
watch this like when they were
yeah,
mad young. Probably a
and that's
lot of
what I was
shit there.
gonna say. My bad.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say that's what I said. That's why I was gonna say sets it apart from the average hood movie, like this and like Boys in the Hood and maybe a couple others. It's not just hood shit happen for the sake of hood shit to pander to hood niggas. Like it's a real it's a PSA kind of, but not in a corny school type of way. Like it's really
I
showing.
mean, so I'll say this: I get where you're coming from, but I feel like they do that even in like a lot of hood movies. I feel like they do that. Like they have something that they're trying to get across by doing it. Like you said, well, I mean, I guess I would say it depends on what you consider a hood movie. Maybe I should just say like a black movie, because if you talk about something like Lean on Me or Higher Learning, like
Yeah,
they have those
yeah,
kind of messages within those
yeah.
type of movies as
I'm
well.
thinking I'm thinking more so like
I
when
yeah, I look
You're
at
talking about
that
the
one.
the gangster movies, like
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
okay,
higher learning was like it had elements of that, but higher learning was definitely more about like the racial tensions and like trying to rise above the circumstances to do good things and shit.
yeah,
Like
but they still clump it in there, and that's why I brought that up, like because
well, it
I
was
remember,
like, all right, you was
uh-huh,
like, all right, so you like a nigga, and then you could be, out here hustling, you could be out here doing this or that in the fifth, or you could be at school, focusing on your school and shit. You had like the
right,
white kids, you could have been like one of the just like decent ass white kids, whatever else, or you could be this racist one, or you could be a decent one that ends up getting turned racist, like a clan member try to recruit you. So they had
right.
like all these different like shits going on or whatever else, just like to show like the power of hatred and all that. In this movie here, I definitely think this was just like a call to everybody who's don't want to leave the hood and like this and that, like that this is what that shit gets you. That's what I got from this movie.
Yeah, this one is closer to Boys in the Hood, and Boys in the Hood is
Yeah.
pretty similar in that way.
It's like a cautionary tale, you call it. Like a
I mean,
story that you kind of tell somebody to make them reconsider doing some shit.
I heard the Hughes Brothers even say like it's a spiritual sequel to Boys in the Hood. So it's not like a direct sequel because they didn't direct Boys in the Hood.
Right, right.
It's kind of like because it's like close to the same neighborhood and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a spiritual sequel to that.
Okay, so let's talk about real quick the cast, man. What y'all thought about the cast here? We got Kane, played by who played
Ty,
Kane?
Tyrin Turner.
Tyrin Turner. Yeah, I
He
forget his
wasn't
name.
really in a lot of movies. But just like his name, the main movie he was in.
He did a great job. I'm not gonna lie. He did a great job as the main
They
character
found
in
that
this movie.
they found that nigga from a Janet Jackson video. The nigga was like a model in a Janet Jackson video. That's how they found him.
Yeah, like that. Also like Larenz Tate. This was his like debut movie.
Yeah,
Jada Pinkett. This was her first feature film that she ever did.
and the
Um,
reason, yeah,
mhm,
like I said, the reason they got Larenz Tate, they said Old Dog was supposed to be like an older nigga and like a bigger nigga, like he was supposed to be a big like old nigga and shit. But then they seen Larenz Tate and they thought he looked like a kind of like they seen him acting like in the audition, but he had like a Disney Channel type
yeah.
like face. So they like thought that was interesting about him, and they casted him like that.
They actually had Ice Cube too. Ice Cube was offered to be a old dog, but
Yeah,
he turned it down. He
he
didn't
said
want to
he didn't
get
want to be. Yeah, he didn't want to
yeah,
be
you
put.
know, he was in Boys in the Hood, and so
Right.
he didn't want to get typecast as like the LA gangster or street nigga and nothing like that. So he ended up turning it down. But shit, for his first movie, Larenz Tate, I think he was great. Jada Pinkett for her first movie, even though a lot of the world hates her right now, but I think she was great. Like Jada, she was fire.
She was fire in that movie. she was looking mad good.
Honestly, Jada Pinkett she don't get a lot of roles, and she don't get a lot of credit for her acting. But I think she's a good actor.
What's crazy is like they used to love her. I mean, obviously with the recent shit that happened, everybody be in the celebrity business and shit. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, like people don't really like her like that these days, but people used to love Jada Pinkett in our community.
Who that pool or something?
Yeah, he say, man, he talking about the crackhead. Well, Pools, the thing is, he was on crack, man. He didn't know. He was just trying to do some shit to get some crack, man. That's it.
No, he was
the way he began the conversation was too wrong, bro.
Cheeseburgers, man.
Nah, not what he offered before the cheeseburgers or afterwards.
I thought he offered that afterwards. Yeah, he offered that afterwards. That's what got him murdered. That's what got him murked.
Yo, hey man, that shit crazy.
You got Clifton Powell was in the movie. He's like a in black movies.
And Clifton Powell, old as hell too.
Charles S. Dutton, he was in A Time to Kill. He was a police officer.
The rapper. What's the rapper dude?
MC8
from NWA, huh?
He was on Kendrick. Good Kid, Mad City too.
Yeah, he was in the movie because they wanted so the studio, they wanted a fucking platinum rapper. They wanted a real rapper in the movie. And what they did was they went and got MC8 and they put him in the movie and they let him like improvise a lot of his shit because they were trying to keep it like authentic to like gang culture and street life and shit. So obviously he wanted a NWA nigga. So they just let him go out there and rock out and do his thing and just talk natural, I guess. So I think that's pretty funny.
We had two A Time to Kill niggas, and we had Sam Jackson.
Samuel Jackson was there for a minute too. Facts.
Hey, because you know what's crazy? I don't actually. You know what? Let me not make this claim, but it's just a sense that I get. I get a feeling that in a lot of other movies that's supposed to depict either just like gangster shit or generally what their take is on black culture, a lot of times even like the lingo and the way that they speak or whatever else feels really contrived. Like it feels like they're injecting blackness into the movie to make a point.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, I feel like this is like a cutout of like a piece of culture like that we're seeing like an expression of. So it's kind of backwards,
sure.
and I like that because when these niggas are talking to each other, I don't feel like there's people reading off a script. Like I feel like these motherfuckers are in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And that I feel like that's really strong. And a defining feature of the movies from I think the 80s and 90s is that you just had this huge expressivist movement towards just like really thorough ass acting. Like so.
Yeah, and I think that was the point of what they wanted to show with this movie. They didn't want it to just be like some Hollywood coming in and depicting like the black situation or the hood community. They didn't do that. They just kind of just let it be natural. Let it be, you know, they let niggas from where we come from do what they do type shit. So it definitely helped make it a better movie.
Even from, like, as far as the location and stuff, they really
did it out there, in the Jordan Downs and shit.
The Jordan Downs project, like, and niggas like pretty much told them if they want to shoot that for they gotta be in the movie. So like all the gang members in the background,
they had them niggas as extras and shit.
Real gang
and something else about that too, Art. Like this shit, like the production for this movie actually got shut down for like 2 days because they had some shit happening out there in the projects. So them niggas had to like put this shit on pause for a couple of days. You know, while you know shit was really active. You know what I'm saying? So salute to them niggas, man. The Hughes Brothers and them niggas.
Yo, F-Dub.
Shout out F-Dub, man. He just pulled up, man.
Shout out Fireworks, man.
Welcome back too, man. I don't know if you've been here. This your first time in what, 6 months, 8 months, nigga? He got stage fright. Don't worry about him. So let's talk about what you think about the plot, because like you said, Leno, it wasn't really just a plot, but it was like, okay, they're depicting what it's like the gang lifestyle, the street lifestyle, and then they're throwing like these little subplots in here with Anthony and Ronnie, You got Kane and his situation with them. Then you got Purnell and so what you think about like how they kind of like threw some of these little subplots in here? Because I don't think they detracted. What's that?
Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yo, first things first, welcome back to me. You feel me? Shout out to y'all for that.
That's fire. I'm sorry. First of all, welcome back to me. That's crazy.
Nah, it's been a minute, man. But F-Dub, you already know what it is. Fucking, we back in this bitch. Menace to Society. Shout out to Art for picking the movie.
Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw what I said out the window real quick because this was your first time seeing this movie too, right? Fireworks?
Yeah. First time. According to Art, it was a classic, I guess, right? I can
classic,
see
man.
a hood classic. I can definitely see why. Based off the setting, the time it was shot. I think they go into at the beginning of the movie, they go into the Watts riots and all that shit. You feel me? That shit was kind of crazy when that whole footage they included at the beginning of the movie. Just the whole movie was crazy to me. Like I enjoyed it though.
What you think about the cast and their performances? We kind of touched on
that. So let me get this out the way. The dude at the ending of the movie where spoilers by the way. At the end of the movie that popped the main character, right? I forgot his name. Right now, right? Kane, yeah, that nigga can't run for shit. That when he was getting in the car,
he was running. Hey, one of them niggas on GTA was running like that. I don't know which one of them niggas. And this movie actually inspired San Andreas too, and you got a bunch of niggas from this movie that was in San Andreas. So that shit kind of fire too.
Yeah, no, that scene just cracked me up for a second. I'm like, yo, what's up with this
nigga running like that?
But no, I thought the characters were solid. I thought it was like I obviously, you know, I was born in 93, right? So I would imagine that's how how it would have been like back in the day, you feel me? Back in like
especially California.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like violence everywhere, just like crazy activity like that. Fucking I thought the characters were solid. I actually have no gripes with the characters, to be honest. I thought it was spot on, to be honest.
Yeah, one thing I pointed out before you got here is that so like Art pointed out, like Kane, he was pretty much unknown. He came, they found him at a Janet Jackson video or something, he said. Same with Larenz Tate. This was his first movie. Jada Pinkett, this was her first feature movie. So it was a lot of fresh actors in this shit, which we kind of know some of these actors now. Like Clifton Powell or whatever his name. Clifton Powell was in it. He was the bitch ass nigga. He was Chauncey. That nigga was a bitch, boy. But Puo say he talked about this scene. This happened at the beginning when they shot Harold. He told that nigga that they murked your cousin and you going out like a little bitch right now. He asked why Old Dog was talking like that. Old Dog was wilding.
Old Dog he's a psychopath, bro.
They said that. They said like Old Dog don't give no fucks. He the craziest nigga in the world. They said all this, and you know that nigga only supposed to be like he like 15 in this movie.
Yeah, because he when he went to prison the first time, right? They let him off because he was a minor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That nigga like 15-year-old character.
But he is crazy though. He's definitely crazy, right? Because even for his boy who was with him, I know he was soft type shit. Like he had to do like his stains before he got like that. But I remember that when they went into the store, they like, bro, we just came in here for some beer. Like we weren't even trying to be on this type of time, right? And he like, fuck that. And when it was
she just say, sorry for your mother. I feel sorry for your mother. So that nigga lost his mind.
What you say about my mom? He's like, I don't want no trouble, just leave. I don't want no trouble, just leave.
Dumbass store clerk, bro. Dumbass. He got 5 seconds.
Hey, look, I found out that that original part of the script, she was supposed to say at first she was gonna say something like you a ghetto bastard or some shit like that, but they didn't want the racism to just be out there because you know they wanted to do the shit like you know when we get followed around and then like they just say like some slick shit.
No, but I mean that stereotype that like I mean like I don't want to say you know that's true, but that you know that stereotype it is.
Yeah,
I mean it was. You feel me?
I was
Like
finna switch
that.
it to was too, but I don't know. It might be.
And speaking of like the man, like there was definitely racism all over this
Hurry up and
fucking
buy.
movie.
Oh, we got more next week. Don't worry about it. Hurry up and buy.
There was racism all over this bitch, for real, for real. Like fucking not only the beginning of the movie with the hurry up and buy shit, like when that white dude pulled up, you know, talking to old boy about the car and shit like that.
Yeah. And with the police officers when they beat their ass and took them over there with the Hispanics.
Oh yeah, with the essays. That shit was crazy. I was like, yo. No, man.
And speaking of the black shit, shout out Sharif, man. We don't want to hear that bullshit, Sharif. Shout out Sharif.
That was supposed to be Tupac right there too.
Yeah, Tupac was supposed to play Sharif.
But his dumb ass wanted to do too
he got
much.
fired on that shit.
He wanted to do too much. He wanted to add a backstory to the character and all that. Like, nigga, you would decide, like, just play your role.
Yeah, but if it was Cat Williams, they would have let him do it.
Bro, well, he wasn't Cat Williams.
Cat Williams would have put it in his contract. You got to need a backstory, nigga. Devin Booker scored 62 points, man. Niggas wild.
Was an ass too, bro. Like, just play the role, bro.
I don't know, Art, because some niggas they want creative like expression and freedom and shit.
The Reef character was just fine the way it is. He had he don't.
How do we know how it was? Maybe this guy brought this out of it. How do we know how it was? We don't.
The movie, okay, Tupac could have added what he had without having to rewrite the script, bro. He's not the writer.
I gotta go back to Cat Williams, man. You heard what Cat Williams said about Ricky Smiley, and when Ricky said he was supposed to play Money Mike and
well,
Cat.
That was Ice Cube's.
So hey, man,
choice to do that.
Some people, I don't blame Tupac for asking or wanting it. I don't blame him.
He got fired. No, he got
of course, Art should have all the trivia. Puos is his movie. It's one of his favorite movies too. And yeah, Ghetto Bastard. That shit.
I watched the movie over probably 50 times, bro, since I was a kid. So,
I'm surprised Feared by Many not here, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But shit. So what else? Are we gonna talk about the actual scenes like we usually do, or are we just gonna continue like this? How y'all on it? And talk about it.
Talk about the scenes, bro. That's how it's for. You go from the beginning to that like you usually.
Oh, so you wanted that the whole time.
Pause.
No.
I mean, what scenes in particular?
So he want to go from the beginning to the end. So pretty much we start off with Kane as a young child, like y'all said, go from the Rots Wyatts in 65 all the way to the late 70s is what it was. And we see how his upbringing was. His pops was a drug dealer. His mama was a fucking heroin addict.
That scene was fucking crazy.
That's a crazy dynamic, dog.
How she just like shot up fucking heroin right on the table and shit like that. That shit was wild.
When this movie come out?
93.
Yeah,
like
Samuel Jackson wasn't really Samuel L. Jackson.
I think Pulp Fiction came out in 94, maybe.
Yeah, that was his.
But he might have had. When did A Time to Kill come out? Well, that was after this.
That was after this too.
Yeah, I don't know what Sam had before. He had some shit.
He was relatively new.
Mo Better Blues, wasn't he in that? Huh?
Yeah,
he was a henchman.
He was a very smart character, just like he was a smart character in this.
Yeah, he was a henchman. Yeah, he probably was just like.
But he really killed this role for it to be one scene.
I mean, yeah, I don't expect nothing less. I'd never seen Samuel Jackson not be fire, even in that little shit with pause. Even in that little shit with Mo Better Blues, like he was fire in that little role.
Hold on, wait, Pool's not here?
Nah, Pool, look in the chat. Look at the thing I posted up there. You see that? When did Juice come out? What year? Art? You the hood movie, nigga.
It was around
96.
Yeah, it was like 94. It was around that time, between 93 and 96. I would say that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I was gonna pick that movie instead of this one too. I know I was gonna pick a real movie.
It's all good. So yeah, so we see his upbringing, man. We see fucking Purnell out there on the stoop. He was out there with Clyde, and then the young nigga, what's his name again? Fuck, Kane. Yeah, the nigga Kane go out there, and we see the shit where they get a little nigga like something to drink. Get a little nigga something to drink. They let him hold the gun and shit, and then his mama come out like, "Kane, get your ass inside this house, or I beat your ass." I think she hit him too, or she pushed him, or she did some shit.
She like shoved him forcefully.
Now I'm gonna skip ahead a minute because I like how they did it at the end of the movie, almost at the end of the movie, where they kind of did the same shit with Anthony, the young child. They did the same shit, pretty much the same exact scene. Like the niggas is outside sitting on the steps. The little kid come out there. He wants something to drink, but this time Kane don't let him get nothing to drink. Even though when Kane was a kid, they let him do it. Same with the gun. Even though he did give the nigga the gun.
Yeah, dumbass.
Dumbass nigga, boy. I said the same shit. Why would your stupid ass give him that gun? Jada came in there wilding on that nigga. Yeah. And I don't blame her. Get this damn kid no gun, boy. What the?
I don't give a fuck how I don't give a fuck how thug niggas is. Like, if you don't know what alcohol does to like brains and like a little ass kid asks you for a sip, like you just know to say no. Like, I don't give a fuck how buck you niggas are or whatever. Like,
I'll say this,
crazy.
I know what it is. So I know what it is. It's that they were trying to show, like, well, shit, Kane was brought up this way. That's why he sees nothing wrong with it. Even though they're also telling us, no, it's something wrong with it. That's why Jada's side is telling us, like, no, he can't have this. He can't do all this cursing and shit. I better not ever catch you with a gun ever. I'll beat your ass. So we're seeing this duality to where Kane is kind of using his upbringing as a reference, like how he was raised by Purnell in the streets, this and that. And then he's turned around and he's looking at Anthony and he's kind of guiding him the same way. But then we get Jada who's pushing back like, no, he can't have this shit. He can't curse. He can't touch no guns. And so we're seeing like the duality, and that's kind of the message like that y'all were talking about earlier. They're definitely putting that message in there for niggas, you know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Jada's character. I don't remember
Ronnie.
her name. Ronnie, yeah. Shout out to her because she stood 10 toes down on her good parenting principles. You feel me? Like, shout out to her for that.
That's a fact.
Whole movie, bro. The whole movie.
Puel said he should have been on the episode. He remembered the whole episode. Well, pull up, Puos. What the hell? Nigga, the link, the fucking StreamYard link is in the. Now he gonna say something crazy in the comments. I know this nigga. But go ahead,
I don't want to. I'm playing Mortal Kombat.
Bitch ass nigga, don't never tell me to pull up, nigga. Tell me to pull up in this hole. Playing Tekken. Okay. But yeah, so we see all that with his upbringing, and then the nigga grows up. We see the late what was it? The late. It flash forward to the 90s. Yeah, I think the 90s. And Purnell is in jail. He got this baby mama and his son now. Kane is going by. He's giving him money. He playing with the little boy. Pause. And he's trying to be the same thing that Purnell was to him. Purnell was like a father figure. He even said that later in the movie. Purnell was like a father figure after his pops died, and he pretty much raised them up in the streets. So he's trying to be there and look out for Anthony and Ronnie the same way that Purnell looked out for him. Like he owed something to him, you know what I'm saying? So all the while at the same time this shit is going on, we get the other side plot of this stupid ass nigga O-Dog is showing everybody this damn robbery tape.
That was so stupid, bro.
Because he took the damn robbery tape from the store. He was showing that whole around to everybody, bro. And I know he's a kid, 15 years old, the most gangster nigga in the world, craziest nigga ever. Come on, bro, you stupid as fuck. That shit was stupid.
You gotta be that's not even like you're a sociopath. Like, why are you that? Like the tape gotta be a minute long. Why are you watching this tape over and over? And why
Hey,
are you
look at
watching
me rob this store and kill these
That's
people.
like some Jeffrey Dahmer level psychopath right there, bro. Like that's not normal at
He a
all.
young wild nigga, man.
Not
What
even
about his
him.
big
Everybody,
homies, man? Why
yeah,
his
all
big
them
homies
niggas,
ain't
bro.
tell him shit?
Because they all dumb niggas, bro.
Chauncey a bitch. And I ain't know
Oh,
he was a bitch
hey,
until the end of the
guess
movie,
what?
bro.
Guess what? I bet you this though. If Kane wasn't on that tape, he wouldn't be tripping either.
Of course not.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Kane
be
tripping because he on the tape. That's
Kane.
why he
Kane got to be
tripping.
watching this shit right with them niggas.
If Kane wasn't on that tape, he would have been, yeah, look at him. Robin, he would have been doing all that shit like the rest of them niggas. He would
Right.
have thought it was funny,
This
this
is
and that.
crazy.
Nah, I know what you got going on, Kane. You on that damn tape and you scared, nigga.
This nigga was talking about selling it. This is about to sell a snuff film, bro.
Nigga's crazy. Nigga's crazy for that. I was like, yo, bro, like yeah, no,
I
I
definitely
was
thought they was gonna get in.
flabbergasted.
So I guess they did, but I thought they was gonna get in trouble from the tape, and technically they did, but it was because that bitch ass nigga Chauncey like snitched on them niggas
Snitched them out,
after
yeah.
Kane beat his ass. Like, you a bitch, boy. That's crazy. Like, I knew this nigga was gonna be pissed. I thought that he was gonna slide on that nigga, bro. After that, I thought he was gonna go back for revenge. That bitch ass nigga say, wait till the cops see this tape here. Like, sit your bitch ass down, boy. Nigga went and snitched.
Oh yeah, I
I
was
couldn't
like,
believe
bro,
that shit.
yeah, I thought what's the name? I thought the main character was gonna make that mistake because he was about to get in trouble for doing all that other shit.
You know you fucked up, right?
You know what, Slim? Though
you know you fucked up, right? Yeah.
They foreshadowed being Chauncey not being no like stand up nigga like from the beginning. They woke that nigga up and make that nigga go get the door.
Yeah, they hold the fuck out that nigga. They woke that nigga up, told him to go answer the door.
They call that nigga a faggot.
It's two niggas right here. Boy, I wish you niggas would wake me up telling me to open the door.
You see how they talk about him now? We were bitch ass Chauncey right now, man. Like
you said what, Art? Hold on, you cut out. What'd you say?
You know what I'm saying? How they treat that, how they talk to that nigga right to his face, like, yeah, yo, I'm with yeah, I'm with bitch ass Chauncey right now. Like
yeah, they was treating him like a bitch.
Nigga said bitch ass Chauncey. Oh my god.
Who else? Who said this old dog bar? Hey, Landini, let me get your opinion. I mean, fuck, Luna, let me get your opinion on a bar.
Nigga said
Landini bar.
Landini.
It's
Nigga
Landini
said
bar. That's why I
Landini.
said that. Let me get your opinion on the bar, Luna. All right, you there? Okay. All right. Yeah. The nigga say, he said, the bald head'll sit you down. You know you done fucked up, right? That's all I know. I don't know the setup.
That's fire.
That shit regular as hell, okay.
It's regular as hell, but if you seen the movie, it's hard. If you know in the moment, like what that nigga was talking about, then it's fire.
Yeah, but I just like he called the nigga a bald head. Like that's what he referred to him as.
You called the nigga a bald head. Oh, I mean,
you know what's crazy?
What I'm thinking of.
You know what's crazy? Like this movie put me onto a bunch of references that I never knew all my life. Like the whole
facts.
you don't fucked up right. That the you know with that pause for this next part where that crackhead comes up to fucking
cheeseburgers.
Fucking yeah, the cheeseburger shit.
Yeah,
because they
one of my
because they use that in Don't Be a Menace. You know that spoof movie.
Don't Be a Menace. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a spoof of this and like Juice and a bunch of other like hood movies.
Yeah,
so that's why
there's a J-Rock album or whatever, and the first track on Follow Me Home, I remember he had the part where there was a drive-by, like you hear the audio of it or whatever. It's like, what's up, nigga? You hear all the shots and shit. And then the woman comes on the news reporter. We're in Watts, California. There's been another shooting here in Nickerson Garden apartments, whatever else. And you know what I'm saying? Like you hear the niggas in the background talk about, I know that ain't my nigga. That's the exact same shit they said in this movie when old boy got shot.
I've heard a lot of songs that had or songs or albums that had this movie's quotes inside of it.
Yeah, like the little quote at the end, what's up now, partner, right? That was a sample in like this song that I heard not too long ago. That and then also fun fact, Luno, if you didn't know, J-Rock is from Nickerson as well. Yeah. Well, he's from Watts, but that's his hood, I guess, Nickerson.
Also, that you know you done fucked up, right? That sample was used whenever K Slim dissed Appa back in the day. He used
This
that
nigga's
sample
crazy.
at the beginning of that shit. And what he did was he actually went to YouTube and got that scene and just put the sample on at the beginning of the song to tell Appa that he know he didn't fucked up, right?
This nigga's
So
crazy.
no, seriously. So I definitely remember that about K Slim doing that. So
Yeah, I never heard that one there, but that's dope.
it was fire.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah, man.
so
What y'all?
go ahead,
So
go ahead.
yeah, so obviously main character or whatever else. The first big damage is done to him. Obviously, is like his boy getting shot or whatever else, and it's time for a nigga to get
His
back. I
cousin
thought that
Harold.
this move, this
That was
move
his
here
cousin,
to
wasn't it?
avenge Harold.
Wasn't it? That
Yeah,
guy that got that was his cousin, right? Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, and I feel like that this part here was like a big like transition moment or whatever. I think this
Sure.
was like the moment where like he became, you know what I'm saying, like a nigga that actually like trying to run shit. Like basically, when he was in the car or whatever, they're having that conversation with that dude, that Nipsey looking nigga. What's his name?
AWACS. AWACS.
AWACS.
That's
Yeah.
MC8 from NWA.
So he in there in the whip and they in the front seat and bro in the back seat, whatever else, just like, he ain't never killed nobody before and he having all these
Did I
thoughts
say
and shit.
NWA? I'm tripping. My bad. Go ahead.
But then bro in the front, the crazy nigga was saying, yo, like, bro, somebody just killed your cousin and you out here talking about, but I won't harm the innocent. Like, he like, bro, I'm going over there. They pop Harold. I'm going there and killing everybody I see, man. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hear nothing else.
Okay, Luno, I get you, but so two things. So
What do
you
mean
know
you
what he
get
was
me? I didn't
saying.
even make a point. I was just saying like they're having a conversation. That's what happened.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's what you would do. You going over there and you killing everything.
That's what he said he was gonna do, and that bro should be on
Yeah,
the
that's
same
what
time
O-Dog
because they
said.
got his cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
O-Dog was just a psychopath that needed a reason to kill somebody else, bro. Yeah, that's all he did. Like, he didn't give a damn about. That's how I feel.
I don't think he didn't need a reason.
Like, he needed a reason.
Everybody
O-Dog
know
didn't
like
need a
a small. Everybody know like a small faced, like angry looking ass, like gremlin ass nigga that has like is up to. Like, everybody knows one, bro. Like
They got a
when I-
small face.
yeah, like these niggas just be looking like they didn't age completely. Like
Come on, bro.
like they
Shout
brain
out-
just stopped developing, bro.
Shout out Larenz Tate, man.
No, for real, bro. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Larenz, you look crazy in this movie, bro. Like, no funny. Your eyes was too wide. Your hair was too small. You just look like I'm sorry. I would have profiled you too, just like them China people, bro. I'm sorry. You came to my store looking like a crazy. I don't want no problem. Get out instantly, nigga.
Well, look, come on, lady. Why did you have to say that about his mama, though? Like, I'm not agreeing with him. Well, she could have just not said that too.
She could have not said it, but I feel like when I say that, I say that in the spirit of you wouldn't have got popped if you ain't say all that. You know what I'm saying? But what she was saying was real. Like, your parents don't want this shit for you, little nigga. Like, so she was talking facts, but there's
what
a lot
about
of
when
that
she
in
was
this
supposed
movie.
to say, "You ghetto bastard"?
It was the nigga that said, "I still feel sorry for your mother, bro."
So the thing is the ghetto bastard thing, I feel like would have been a harder hit to the audience if they were trying to leave the racism out, especially if you're working with a lot of like black people on the cast and stuff. You got to be careful about what you signed them up for. So I can understand the sentiment, like, all right, let's not run this. But as far as her saying, your mother would be embarrassed, like, that's facts. Like, and these characters, they know it too. Like, probably deep down, especially the main character, they know that they've been given a lot of wisdom and that they kind of just not making good on the type of shit their parents wanted them and all the shit. So
they didn't give a fuck.
The main character gave a fuck for sure. He gave a fuck.
I think he had like you know how they say like internal battles, internal struggles, because Luno, his grandfather was telling him this. Well, he was telling him it from a religious sense. So maybe that's why. Because whenever Sharif's dad came and talked to him, he kind of like thought about it. Then I guess he just didn't want to hear it the way his grandfather was putting it. But I mean, like you said, he had been getting this advice the whole movie, but I guess it was the messenger and not the message, or the way that he was saying it to him. I guess I don't know.
I'm feeling like so this movie did a big part in trying to show how the cycles of influence like make it so even when there's good influences around, like the bad ones could be stronger. Like I felt like he was hearing all this shit, but by the time he thought like it was a good idea to bail on all this shit, it was too late. You know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
you see signs that this is this nigga's fate from when he's like a youngin', like even from asking for the beer and them saying yes or whatever, trying to put him on to how the grown people's getting on and stuff like that. Usually your parents will shield your eyes, shield you from all that shit. And you know what I'm saying? When that shit fails, that this is the result. And they were really trying to show you like it starts when they're young, bro. Like,
well, yeah, when your dad is a dope dealer and your mama is a heroin addict, like you kind of set up to fail, like already.
oh,
Bro.
we can't play Mama was a dope fiend for this. That's crazy.
Sure.
I know I got that song
That
loaded up on here.
Oh
and
no, we can't.
that's
No, we can't play
unfortunate,
that.
to be honest. That's really unfortunate.
What this movie showed me though, like as a parent, your only job as a parent is to teach your kid, bro. But you can't. Once they got to go outside and they got to experience stuff, and
Right.
that's something really going to teach them more than anything you could teach them, honestly. Like
Right.
so, their path is like their path is their path. Like it's like he was with his grand, even though he was with his parents and he's seen his father kill people and all that shit, his mother on heroin. He still was raised mostly by his grandparents who raised them up right. But the streets really was raised them for the most part. Like so,
Which I feel like is also like a relatable situation for a lot of people,
facts.
you know, in our community and shit. Like,
But nah, what y'all think about the first lick, man? They went to go pop the two motherfuckers. They figured out they was at the store. They were talking to that shorty. I like the little conversation they were having with the shorty at first. I thought it was a little silly, but that's really how it be, bro. It be the
You
middle of
know,
the night. Niggas just see a cute ass girl in the middle of the night. They want to press her and shit and ask her a bunch of dumb questions and shit. Like
they was trying to get
that
some free shit. That's what that was.
I know y'all ain't see
oh,
boys.
They
I know
was trying to
y'all,
get
I
some
know y'all
free
ain't see,
shit out of it.
you ain't see Boys in the Hood. I know y'all see Boys. Did you see Boys in the Hood, Slim?
Yeah, I saw Boys in the Hood.
That scene is damn near identical to the when Doughboy killed the niggas that killed Ricky, bro. Like it's like almost identical. Where they
Yeah,
just look like it was at the same spot. Like so, I want to know if that was like some type of homage or something.
maybe because, like you said, they intended it to be like a spiritual successor to
Oh
Boys
yeah,
in the Hood, even though it's not
that
directly
like
linked.
that nigga Kane knows how to fucking act like he got like when he like he's dying when he got shot, bro. He only got shot in the shoulder that first time. That nigga, you would think that nigga got shot in his fucking like that
Yeah, he know how to overreact for sure.
nigga was over, he only got
You
he
definitely
only
thought
got
that nigga
shot.
got shot somewhere else.
Yo,
He
he
got
got
shot
shot.
in his shoulder.
Yo, you would
The
think that
same
nigga
with like O-Dog and them, like the acting was on point. Like whenever he got shot and they was like they did all that shit and then they went to the hospital, the acting was on point. They was talking crazy to that hospital staff, nigga. Nigga, don't run up in here talking to me like that. You niggas is
yeah,
wild. Get a motherfucking doctor. Man, you don't get your ass. What the fuck you talking? Now,
come on,
I
man.
will say
You gotta understand what
the
they
hospital staff should be more like, I guess you have to react to
Like
situations like that quicker.
moving with a purpose.
Yeah, you
Yes, because
see
they definitely
somebody here
wasn't.
bleeding out. Yeah,
bro, they did
They
that kind of
but
definitely
nigga
still,
wasn't.
fill out some
but
papers, bro. Nigga, this nigga's dying.
yeah. Like realistically, you gotta move with a sense of urgency as a hospital staff. Like, but also don't come in here telling me get a motherfucking doctor and shit. Like, what's wrong with you? Who you talking to? Fuck you mean?
Bro, you gotta understand what the niggas going through, bro. They ain't trying to
Shit,
they
understand me. Don't talk to me like that, nigga. What the
you
hell?
gonna say you gonna say
Get a
please.
motherfucking doctor in here, bitch. Who you talking to? Like, what? What?
Yeah.
Fuck out my face, boy. I don't know, man. I get it, but shit, like, come on, bro. You can't come in here talking to me like that. I get it on both sides. I'll say that. I get both sides. But filling out the paper shit is OD. But I know they just had to throw that shit in there. I don't feel like that's realistic.
But I got it. I don't want to sound too crazy. I got a kind of a gripe with Jada Pinkett. Like y'all commended her for being a mother and shit. She still had them niggas around her son a lot for her to be trying to shield them away. Like she's throwing parties and shit with them. I don't know. This maybe is just me. But
Nah. that
I feel
party
like
was like a damn near like a going away party, bro. They called
It
it.
was. It
nothing
was.
but gang members in the party, bro.
But though, so you got to realize, or I get what you saying, but also she come from that. That's her. That's where she from.
No, she
And
do.
and her baby daddy Pernell, he come from that. So
And then,
them her people.
that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying though, like he all in the jail, pissed off at him because he in jail for being big. You know what who you was fucking with. Why
Yeah.
you all pissed off at the nigga?
No, I get it. I get it. I get that too. So what it is that, of course, and I think that's also another part of the message too. Like, so obviously, we see like Pernell's change, even though we didn't see him that much in this movie. We saw him when he was young, and then next time we see him, he's in jail, and we see the character growth that they try to paint with him, and now he's more mature. He understands that he left his family behind because he was doing some shit in the street. He can't take care of them. Nigga,
He
what?
can't provide for his son and shit.
No,
Right.
That was actor, nigga named Glenn Palmer. He was in The Walking Dead. Y'all watch that shit.
Yeah. And so the character progression with him was that, well, he did all this shit and now he realized he behind the wall. He can't provide for his family. He basically let them down. And so we see his change over time, and now he's at the point to where he's like, hey, I just want to see her happy. I know how she feel about you, so I want you to go move with them and take care of my son because I can't do shit for him in here. So I think that's part of the message too, like that they're trying to put out there, like, you know, you do some shit in the streets, you do anything, like whatever, you do anything that's illegal or you do anything that could possibly get you taken away from your family, and you might have to live with those consequences. And he realized that like once it happened to him. So
no, I never had no problem with him. It was Jada Pinkett though. I felt like she was a little.
they come from that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
What I'm
saying. And old dog called them sellouts when they was finna move.
That nigga was just.
He
That
called them
nigga,
sellouts.
no, that's a lost nigga. That's a lost nigga. So like when he said that shit, I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to listen about you, brother.
Old dog probably died 2 weeks after that, bro. Like,
oh no,
yeah, because he got arrested.
That was Doughboy. Doughboy died 2 weeks after. Old dog got took to jail.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Doughboy and Boys in the Hood, man. So yeah, so salute to everybody in the building, man. Like, comment, subscribe, please. We appreciate all of y'all. We had 5 people in here a minute ago. We got 4 now. But salute to everybody. So I want to say that about what? I don't know, man. I don't know what I was thinking. But back to Chauncey, bro. He's a bitch. I can't stop talking about Chauncey because, like you said, they was hoeing him at the beginning. When they woke him up and they was like, yeah, this and that, man. Go answer the damn door, bitch ass nigga. They were doing all that shit to that nigga. And he got up and answered the door. So
yeah,
obviously I don't want to call him a flunky, but he might be a flunky.
You know what's crazy though? That him being a bitch wouldn't have to be necessary. He could have just been the nigga that slide on Kane. Like, cause that's
what like, he should have done.
Yeah, like because the part with the nigga that because he fucked the bitch and got her pregnant allegedly, and then her cousin came with her. You want to talk about that thing? You on that? But like, yeah, like that part was just a shoe in. Like he could have just been like, all right, the nigga.
Well,
my ass.
I can tell you. So I can tell you what happened with that. So, we didn't mention the part with Jada and how Chauncey was in the house grabbing all on her and touching her, and then the nigga Kane, obviously him and Jada, Ronnie, they had some kind of feelings for each other. They had just had sex right before that. And then Chauncey tried that before they had sex. He was trying to grab on her and Kane stopped him and shit. He called that nigga a cock blocker. That's not cock blocking because you wasn't doing shit but grabbing on her, bro. Like, you wasn't doing shit. But
creeping shit.
Yeah. And so
nigga was trying to force her, bro. What you mean? That nigga was trying to force her.
No. And like when he does force himself upon her, right? You actually can hear in the him like say, "Oh, you know you want this" or some shit like that. That shit
Man,
was
he
wild.
going crazy. Yeah, like, and I'm
And
not gonna
Kane
lie,
beat.
the response that he got, it was because he was like a bigger nigga. Like, I feel like he like, just give me like, he needs something that he could do some damage. Or he probably afraid to run the real fade. Like, he just said, "You're not about to touch her like this." Pistol it. Doop, doop.
You know what's crazy? I don't think he was scared to run the one with him, but you could see it on his face how mad he was. I think he really just wanted to hurt that nigga.
Well,
I
shit,
think
he
he
yeah.
doing
wanted.
he doing foul two different ways, right? Like, that's not only is that Parnell's girl or whatever, right? That's also his girl now. So it was just kind of like a lot at one time. Like, I feel like he just got pissed, but he definitely went crazy. He always do too much, bro. Even when he was stomping the nigga, like, he always do too
Yeah,
much.
facts. And so, Art, with that shit, what happened was, so they ended up cutting a lot of shit out of this movie. So they cut the part out of this movie. It was supposed to be where Chauncey went and told the police, gave him the tape, and then he went and stumped the dude out. And so the police was supposed to like be trying to pull up on them niggas at the same time the other niggas was trying to like slide on them. So they actually cut the police scene out. So that's why it's kind of like Chauncey went and snitched to the police, but they had something for that. They just ended up cutting it out.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
They cut a lot of shit out of this movie. So they also had another scene with the Alina girl, the one that he met at the barbecue.
Yeah.
They had a scene where they were going to do something that I thought was pretty interesting. They were going to try to show the differences in Kane and how he interacted with the two different love interests or whatever. And so they were going to have a scene with him having sex with Alina, and it was going to be like aggressive, rough, rocky, whatever the fuck. And then they was going to go to the shit with Jada, and we saw how that was. It was like passionate type shit. So they was going to do that to kind of show the difference in like how he felt about the two girls, and I think that would have been fire. But they ended up cutting that out too.
We got that with the phone, just with the simple phone calls. Right?
Yeah, the phone call. So I saw a spoiler about that. So she actually wasn't pregnant.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she wasn't pregnant. She was trying to just tell her that she was pregnant, like trap him or whatever, get money, whatever the fuck. But what they did was they let her kind of like be free to act on that shit. They didn't really tell her what to do. And she started crying and shit. So it seemed more believable when she was crying on the phone and shit. But in actuality, according to the directors, she was never pregnant. She was just like trying to scam him.
Wow, then Kane died for no reason.
No, he died because he stumped that nigga out.
Well. I mean, yeah, but like,
which
God
is
damn.
like that never nigga set himself up for failure. This nigga come to a hood full of niggas that he don't know by himself and confront a nigga. Which one of y'all niggas is Kane? Like, you the toughest nigga in the world, bro. Like,
oh yeah, he was. And he got stumped out. And I mean, we knew what was gonna happen. That was for the retaliation. Like, I knew what was gonna happen. What I do like is how they did the shit with Anthony. How they had him out there riding the bike whenever the niggas pulled up. So I think you kind of have in your mind, oh shit, because they show the bike, they show him riding on the little big wheel, and then they show the car pull up in the same frame, like same scene. So you see them niggas hanging out the car and shit. I think that was pretty fire to like make you think, they finna shoot the kid. Because that's kind of what Kane mentioned earlier. He was like, yeah, I'll go kill them niggas, but I'm not shooting no kids or no elderly niggas. So I think that was kind of fire to turn it around, and now we see them niggas finna slide, and they got a child out there. They don't give a fuck.
and
like
you
the
still
complete
get
opposite.
and you still get the like feeling, or you get somebody dying innocently anyway, because Sharif. So he still.
And that's crazy. Sharif was trying to go up there to Kansas, man. Sharif wasn't even know none of that shit. Not no more.
Yeah,
Wow.
He was just them was his boys. Like he was around. He was helping Kane move and shit. Them was his people. So he ended up. That might be part of the message too. Like, the people that you hang around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Because
that was a painful message, man.
He was doing his best to trying to teach niggas, but
exactly.
Hey, man, once niggas not listening to you, bro, it's time for you to just What you was about to do?
I feel you, but you know, I see it like these is his day one homies that he grew up with. He used to be down with them niggas, but I like it's like you say, he changed. So at some point you gotta like just move on. Like you outgrew niggas.
And he
was being a good friend out there. That's what he was doing.
So like it was just
even with the Harold shit, like they left Harold on the ground and he was like, nah, man, I can't leave him like this. I think he dumb as hell. The nigga dead, but he that's how he was the whole movie. So he's been a good friend or a good person, whatever you want to call it.
My boy Sharif, man.
R.I.P. Sharif, man.
For real, R.I.P. Sharif. Man.
It was a lot of good characters in this, even like the Stacy nigga. That nigga Stacy thought he had all the hoes. I guess he did, allegedly, right?
I mean, he had kids and shit. He had a bunch of supposed to have like hella kids and shit.
Them niggas was they was cock blocking though. Well, it was the other nigga. Whenever Kane was over there hollering at the girl.
Oh yeah. Are you waxed?
Yeah, like that nigga was cock blocking. Hey, I forgot what he said. Hey Kane, leave that bitch alone and come over or some shit he said. Like, come on, bro. You see the other nigga, look at Kane over there trying to be a Mac daddy. That boy think he me.
Nigga 38 hanging with a bunch of kids, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga,
Shout out to these characters, man. I think they made this movie really good with you know, the acting, the story was great. It was just a lot of good shit, I feel like, about this movie. I appreciate it, you know.
Yeah.
What about let's mention a scene when the nigga Kane got that car and he said he needed some rims, so he wanted to rob it.
Oh yeah. And he went and
pulled up at the drive-thru.
That nigga, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, no, that part was funny as shit. Nigga said, oh, and a burger, nigga, with cheese.
Oh, a double burger with cheese.
Yeah, he was wilding right
Can I get a double burger? Can I get a double burger? I said with cheese, motherfucker.
I don't even know it. Yeah, double burger. What the hell?
No, buddy was like, oh, you a baller, huh? You a baller.
Bro,
that shit was funny as shit.
You said what, Art?
The drive-thrus ain't have cameras back then. They ain't see a nigga getting pulled over.
Fuck the cameras, bro. The nigga had the window down at the speakers with this loud ass conversation.
They probably used to that.
The nigga at the speaker, you can hear this nigga get robbed, bro. I said a double burger, motherfucker, with cheese. Give me that watch. You a baller. The nigga yelling, bro. Nigga, you at the window. The nigga just ordered.
I always wondered this,
just ordering, bro.
I always wondered this, bro. He robbing this nigga for his rims, bro. So what? Like they pulled over and made him like change the rims. Like how did?
I don't know.
No, he probably. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. That makes sense.
He pulled over and made him change rims at gunpoint.
That nigga took them rims off right when they left the drive-thru. I guess they pulled over.
Nigga changed rims with a gun in his face while Kane was probably eating a burger.
We supposed to be brothers.
That's crazy to me,
bro. Balling for real though. So he really had some crazy ass jewelry on. Nigga saw that
he was clean as hell.
Yeah, the rims too, bro. Like,
since we mentioned that scene, let me rewind a little bit. What about when that stupid ass shit whenever them three niggas went into that? Was it like a parking garage?
Oh yeah.
And he dropped Kane and O-Dog off at the parking garage to steal the car.
Niggas going to the parking garage loud as shit, not even trying to.
Bro, the security guard nigga, he knew what was up the whole time, bro. That nigga called the police immediately.
Niggas loud as shit. Hey, yo, look at the wheels, y'all. Come on. Like, loud as shit, not even trying to see.
They got the canines on their ass, bro. Get your dog. Get your dog off my homie.
And the crazy thing is, they doing that shit for Chauncey, a nigga that ratted him out.
A bitch ass nigga.
Well, yeah, Chauncey was a bitch ass nigga. He did that shit because Kane got on his ass, but he was wilding. Like he kind of deserved it, but it's the shit Luna was saying. Like Kane be going overboard. He was beating the fuck out that nigga with that gun.
Nigga fresh out of high school too, just graduated.
Just graduated. The nigga O-Dog got to be a freshman or some shit, bro. He hanging around all these old dad nigga. You a freshman, nigga. The craziest nigga out there.
Dropped out in the 7th grade. That nigga old dog dropped out like 6th grade, bro. He ain't been in school.
Hey, that nigga said some crazy shit too. That Chauncey nigga, he said some shit. The nigga told when they woke him up to go answer the door, he told that nigga he had a doll or something. That nigga was like, yeah, because I like little girls.
Oh no, that was wild as fuck, bro.
Yo, that nigga,
I was disgusted by that.
He's a wild character, bro. This nigga one of the wildest characters we reviewed on this podcast.
Now remember he was the white nigga that was trying to get him. What was the white nigga doing?
Yeah, he was trying to hold that white nigga. The white nigga was there for. Well, he was trying to sell a car, right? He was trying to buy a car.
Yeah, I think he was doing some like insurance fraud shit or something. I don't know what he was doing, bro. Like,
yeah, it was some insurance shit. You're right.
But nigga was like,
but it was a car that was it was another nigga they was talking about the car with, wasn't it? Man, it was only a couple of white people, but shit, I get them all confused.
To do with the car, I felt bad for him. I'm not gonna lie.
He told him come back around.
They made him like the wackest iteration of white person, son.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Facts, him.
Like,
I don't know why they made him like the quintessential geek, son.
It was like, bro.
What about the crackhead scene, man? With old dog wilding, bro.
like if y'all saying that fucking Kane was doing too much in the movie, right? Old dog did the most, bro. Every time he did the most.
This is the second time we seen this crackhead, I think. It was the same crackhead from earlier, right?
It was 3 times.
It was 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, they beat his ass.
He had them cheeseburgers like another time too, like twice, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh no. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, he had them burgers twice.
When I think it was Wax who took his $2 or whatever. His $2.
Yeah, he took that nigga $2.
Nigga
he told him to go get 20.
Oh shit!
Why old dog just shooting niggas, bro? Like he just popping niggas for no reason in this movie, bro.
You kill a nigga and then take his cheeseburger, then offer a cheeseburger to niggas.
That
nigga said I got some hamburgers, y'all.
In broad daylight
too. In broad daylight.
Bro, these sociopaths, these is really like psychopaths. They didn't even like bat an eye at this nigga just kill a nigga right in front of him and take his cheeseburgers.
Hey man, I know it was young wild niggas like that in the streets for real though.
That's for real. That's the Wild West right there, bro. That's the Wild West.
Shout out these niggas, bro. I think they did an amazing job portraying this shit, Art.
No, for us.
Yeah, I wish there was more I could really like scan as far as like insights on it, but I think it was like a really straightforward theme that was just really relatable, bro. Like,
only gripe I would not really a gripe, but I would prefer like maybe they should have spent like 10-15 minutes on his like childhood, like a little bit longer to see, just because you get more sympathy for a character when you see him as a child. So
right.
I think that would have been
Yeah, so something about that, not really that, but like the sympathy and stuff like that. So apparently, the scene that they showed at the end with Purnell in jail, so that wasn't one of the original scenes. Apparently, that scene got added later because they wanted to make it a bit lighter of a film and kind of show like some emotional side of it, I guess. So they added that to the movie afterwards, and I think it kind of helped to sell the message. I mean, without that scene, I don't know. I mean, the message still would have got across with the final scene, but I think that with him being in jail and them showing like his girl gave up on him, she don't even want to talk to him, and then to show like the conversation he had with Kane and how he's progressed as a person, and he wants Kane to go and take care of his family and his son and shit. Like, I think it definitely helped to like kind of show, the overall message. And I think it helped because of the fact the nigga Kane said he was gonna go with him. We see this whole scene where the nigga Purnell accepted the fact that he can go with him, because the whole time he was concerned about it. Like, that's Purnell girl. He'll kill me, this and that. Purnell accepted it. And then we see, oh, Kane not going to Atlanta because he dead now. I think that shit works together perfectly.
Yeah, and it's crazy. This nigga had two different options. He could have went to Atlanta or he could have went to Kansas.
That's a fact.
Yeah, two different ways out. So he had no excuse. Like, he had no excuse.
I will say, Art, he was almost out and he got killed, which was the plan here. However, I feel like the only reason he got killed, because he would have evaded the police in this situation. Like, that's not the only reason he got killed is because he did that shit to old girl cousin.
Right.
Like, that could have been avoided. Low key.
Right.
Hey, I mean, nobody asked him to pull up to the crib being wild, bro.
I feel you on that, Luno, but also shit. That nigga Kane was like hold that
like,
bitch.
He beat
I mean, he didn't have to pull up to the crib, but like the main reason why he was doing it is because that's family. You feel me?
Yeah, he hold that bitch for real. Kane.
That might have been the most real. That might be the most realistic ass whooping. Like the most like I can't see how they even fake that ass whooping.
Yeah, fuck that part, Art. That nigga, that bitch called him and said she was pregnant. Now, regardless of the fact that now we know she wasn't really pregnant, she said she was pregnant. The nigga say, what they got to do with me? and then, because he's saying it ain't his, he got pregnant.
I had my dick on extra tight.
Yeah, and then he basically just hold the fuck out that hoe and hung up in her face. So, like, I don't know, Luno. Like, I agree that the cousin shouldn't have pulled up, but also, like, he hold the fuck out that hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hold him, but he was asking for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It go both ways. I kind of see both sides in all of these situations.
Honestly, the cousin is definitely not the bad guy in this situation at all. Like, he was protecting his cousin, he got his ass whooped, and nobody ain't going.
He retaliated.
Yeah, by killing a nigga.
So he wasn't there. He wasn't the bad guy at all.
You think he stomped him so much that he died?
No, he didn't die. He got up and slid.
No, yeah, they played with the niggas.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying too much attention to how they looked. That one dude with a whole shiesty on. I was like, what the?
Yeah, they also
hired some terrorists.
Yeah, so something else about this movie, they said that the original script with Kane, they actually had him being more violent in the original script, but they changed it and made him, like, I guess, less violent so that the audiences could, like, identify with him more or relate to him or whatever. So they probably had him like old dog too at first. He might have been like a super wild nigga too.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way they wrote him in this version of of his character compared to what you just said, Slim, I think it was perfect, to be honest. Like any more than he really would have been like overdoing it for real.
He would have been an old dog.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have liked him as a character if he did anything else like more. Like the nigga wasn't a good person. Like, you see that.
No, definitely not.
He had good like traits about him, but he wasn't a good
Kane wasn't a good person. He was trying to become a better person towards the end of the movie. Right. Yeah, he wasn't a good person at all.
And it really was only because of some pussy, to be honest with you. Like, if it wasn't for Jada Pinkett, he would have been one of the shit. Like,
that shit wasn't in the original script either. Like, that sex scene, they had that shit where it was like they kind of showed them kissing and shit, and then that was it. And then when they tested it out, the audiences ain't like that shit, and then so they just added the sex scene in there in like a way to make it more comfortable for them, because they didn't really want to do it like that. But shit, they played that hoe for audiences, like with them niggas just kissing and then going to some other shit. They ain't fuck with that. They wanted some sex. Sex sells. Sex sells. Like,
I think them not having sex would have been good though, because I think the way he saw her, because there was some resistance at the beginning. You could tell, like, he wasn't really like trying to really knock that down. He was like lusting after a crazy like boy in the living room or whatever else. But
shout out Roots. Facts.
Shout out Roots. Why?
He put gang.
Yo, what? Oh, I thought the scene had something to do with Roots. I'm like, huh?
Hell nah.
yeah. He was definitely like not really wanting to do that shit all the way. And she kind of just pressed the issue, like as like a kind of promise me you're actually leaving with me kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I think he looks at her as what's his name's girl still. You know what I'm
Parnell.
saying?
He did, but so he obviously he did have some feelings there too. Like I said, he was kind of scared that like Parnell, even though they said Parnell had life and no parole, he still was like looking at it like, nah, that's Parnell girl. But Luno, so I saw, like you said, where she tried to kiss him and she did kiss him, and he backed up and he was like, hey, hold on, whatever. But like immediately after, then they just went back in and started kissing. Like right after.
Well, they were both fucked up. I feel like he was fucked up.
Right after. So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Type shit.
And I guess the directors probably felt the same way you felt with like being okay with them not having sex, but the audiences ain't want that shit, nigga. They wanted some sex in the movie. So we got sex in the movie. Sex sells, bro. It does.
No, I know.
All right, man.
Necessary.
To kind of take this whole relationship or whatever you want to call it thing to the next level and make us really feel like it's something, and he's about to go to Atlanta with to make us feel like it's something there. I will say, I guess the sex is probably necessary to kind of get the audience to be like, okay, yeah, these two are. I'm guessing it's just for the love interest thing. Like, yeah, it was probably necessary. It could have worked without it too, but I just feel like it probably did take their dynamic to the next level by having them have sex outside the party.
It did, even though I thought it was like minimally fleshed out afterwards. Like it's not like they showed them in like complete romance and everything. Like they were definitely just, you know what I'm saying? It was a plan that they both had.
They did that on purpose, yeah. Because they kind of didn't want to show the sex scene either, like you said. They didn't want to, but they did it for the people, I guess. The audiences. So is it anything else, man, y'all think we need to talk about before?
You got more trivia or no?
Yeah, I guess.
I got some trivia.
Go ahead. Well, we could do it during the ratings if you want, or you want to just go.
Go do the ratings.
Get to the ratings, man. So let's see. Hey, Luno, you want to go first with this?
Yeah, man. Overall, I think it's a really well-made movie. I think that it's a movie that hits harder if you're somebody who grew up around shit like this. In this movie, I feel like the actors in it did a good job of like making it immersive and not feeling like it's a bunch of people acting like thugs and all that. I think they had a good thing going with the moral of like kind of like it begins a childhood. You know, you teach the right shit. Like none of this shit is worth it. It's also like a kind of big metaphor for the common line. You probably heard somebody or another say is real niggas either locked up or in jail, right? I mean, what were the last two options left for our main character at the end? It was really that. Even if he didn't get killed by those motherfuckers, they could have just tracked him down and got him, locked up for the shit that they do snitched on. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely proving that true. I think one thing that we didn't talk about, obviously, that I thought was dope about the movie, obviously the music. They had that West Coast bops, Elvis swinging, West Coast jams and shit like that. You know, the bouncing hydraulics or whatever. They painted Cali really nice in this movie. Kind of see what it's like. I like that they had some inclusion of like the Spanish people, because the Spanish gangs and all that other shit was popping off too, and they didn't really get too much coverage here, but enough to signal that they were allies during this time in like civil rights history and shit, right? But beside that stuff, good movie and shit. I enjoyed it. I was kind of wondering like what kind of rating I'll give this one and shit like that, because I definitely given out some pretty gratuitous ratings for shit that I thought was just good. But I mean, I think this one's a classic, but it ain't like the best movie I ever watched or nothing like that. So for me, this movie here, I gave it a 7.8.
All right, I'll go next. Yeah, I think kind of what you said, Luno, about the meanings, the metaphor. I agree. And it was pretty clear after watching the movie, like what they were trying to get across with their message. With the whole thing about the Hispanics, that was some of the other shit too that they ended up cutting out. They had more to the Hispanic side of it, but they ended up cutting that shit out. They cut a lot of the shit out, and apparently the directors they actually weren't 100% satisfied with the movie. They they felt like it was more that they could have done, and I guess they just didn't have enough time to do a lot of stuff. But yeah, they weren't really 100% satisfied with it either. But I agree with Luno, man. I think it was a good movie. It's definitely a classic, like he said, especially like in our community for sure. It's definitely a classic, and I agree with Art to where I can see it being as a like you can rate this with movies outside of like the genre. I don't know what you would call the genre. I just call them like a hood movie, like a hood classic or something. But yeah, I can see because it's more to it that they're trying to get across to the audience. It's more of a message that they're trying to get across. So I could see it being rated with some other things outside of the genre, but I mean, it is what it is. Like it's grouped in, and shit, it definitely does its part, like showing like what the lifestyle was like, the struggle, and like everything that they were trying to portray. I think they did a good job with that. The actors were great, in my opinion, especially with a lot of them being like new actors, and they had like rappers in this shit that wasn't really actors for real. And so I think you said who?
Too Short.
Too Short, yeah. Too Short was in it. MC Ren was supposed to be in it. That's when I said NWA. I don't know why the fuck I was saying MC8. MC Ren was supposed to be in the movie, but he wasn't in it. A lot of the shit in the movie, like we mentioned, was authentic. Luno, they had the when he was cooking the crack, like apparently half of that shit was real. And they ended up cutting a lot of that shit out too, because they didn't want it to be like a step by step how to do the shit, you know what I'm saying, like a guide for niggas. So they ended up cutting that shit out too. I think somebody mentioned it earlier how it's not just like a Hollywood trying to portray what the black struggle or the black community is like. It's actually authentically niggas from where we come from, just showing what the fuck niggas were going through around that time, and what niggas were doing in the community. Like it's a real life account. I think that's fire. It's not just some made up fantasy bullshit. So like I mentioned earlier, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a lot of that shit was inspired by this movie, and they put Clifton Powell was in that. He played Big Smoke. Samuel L. Jackson was in it. MC8 was in it. I think Yo-Yo was in this movie. She was in it too. So I think that's fire. Two more things, Art. One is that they had a plot hole in this movie. We didn't talk about it, but the Hughes brothers, they acknowledge it, and they just left it alone. They didn't give a fuck. But the plot hole was that whenever they was in the store, you remember they match Kane's fingerprints to the bottle, but they didn't match any of O-Dog's fingerprints, and O-Dog had his shit on the cash register
counter.
Yeah, and so that was the plot hole that they left here, that they recognized was a plot hole, because obviously the police would have got his fingerprints too as well, but they just decided just to not give a fuck about that, and they just left it there.
I was gonna say, bro, like that's one thing that wouldn't have went how it went in real life. Like them niggas definitely would have got caught when he was in the interrogation room.
For sure,
they would have definitely been in jail, both of them.
They just said, what is Roots talking about? Because O-Dog is imaginary. That's why.
Don't Bruce. I know the video you saying that shit is trash. No, the O-Dog was really there.
I heard that theory before too, which was before I watched the movie. I heard about that theory.
That shit is ass.
They say the same shit about the Rugrats and Angelica. They say that they say they're not real. So yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, roots.
And the last thing, Art, is that they the directors were told by the studio to add like a post credit scene and shit, and they was gonna have Ronnie and Anthony in Atlanta, and they was gonna put some fireworks, and he was gonna, pretty much have like PTSD type shit because of like the gunshots and the murder and shit, and he was gonna have his mama there, like, but they was gonna do all that, and then they wrote it, and then they didn't put it into the movie, and they didn't shoot it. So, but that's what they the studios wanted them to do.
I'm happy they didn't do that.
Hey, facts.
Yeah, I think the movie was good, bro.
I did. I was talking about Ronnie's son. I forgot the nigga name that fast, but
Anthony.
He's gonna get like affected by that shit. But
yeah, man. So for me, pretty similar to Luno, but I give it a 7.7. It's definitely a classic. Also, like Luno said, not one of the best movies I've seen, but it's a movie that I appreciate.
All right. Fireworks, you want to go? Or no.
Yeah, I'll go next. So I don't got too much to say, because Showtime Slim decided to go ahead and give us a 2-hour rating real quick.
You've been gone for a long time, bro. That's what I do.
I don't know. Maybe
I usually
you
go
would have
last.
given me the courtesy to, I don't know,
I
say
usually
more
go
since I
last,
was
bro.
gone for so long, nigga.
I usually go last. I ain't want to. Tex ain't shit, by the way. Shout out to him. What did Tex do? What the hell? Go ahead, Fire.
Anyways, so I thought the movie was it was, like I mentioned at the beginning, it was my first time watching that movie. Yes, I know it's a hood classic, as many people call it and whatnot, but so what? Fucking I thought
You only watch Hispanic hood movies, nigga.
Oh man, I'm gonna ignore that comment. But no, I thought the movie was really good. It hooked me from beginning to end. I was pleasantly entertained. I thought the characters were well written. Chauncey's a bitch, and that's forever. Um, I give it an 8. I give it a flat 8. I give it a flat 8. Shout out to Art, man.
All right, man. So yeah, man. Well, first let's get my little trivia thing. So, like you said, this is directed by the Hughes brothers. I think they twin brothers. I forgot what other movies they did, but this is one of their first movies that they did, I think. And like I said, Tupac was supposed to be in this movie, and he had a conflict about and they not expanding on his character. That conflict ended up in an actual fist fight, and he may or may not have whooped both their ass. I'm not sure.
Hey, Art, they got they got a music video with like this I forgot what music video it is. I'll have to go back and see, but it's a music video with scenes from the movie that were shot that have Tupac in it, because the music video was shot by the Hughes brothers for the movie.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, so it's a couple scenes with Tupac in it. So
wait. One last thing. My fault. Shout out to Luno, because he pointed out the music and the score of the movie. Yeah, no, I agree that the music throughout this whole movie was fucking fire. Like me, I'm a big West Coast type of music fan. You feel me? So like all that shit was just amazing to me. So
facts. They even had an R. Kelly song.
Oh, except that.
I think it said except that.
Except that.
Ronnie was an R. Kelly fan, bro. He was fucking that bitch to R. Kelly, and when he first went to our house, he had R. Kelly fan.
We're not gonna act like R. Kelly wasn't that nigga in the '90s. That's why they did it.
Let me back to my rating. Yeah. So Tupac whooped the nigga's ass. Allegedly, they say that somebody had a back.
Nigga said allegedly.
That shit ain't alleged, man. Let's go.
That shit ain't alleged.
Man, I'm a legend. Fuck out of here.
That shit happened.
Anyway, this movie is, in my opinion, in my top 5 best movies of all time, like hands down. I feel like this movie should definitely be in the rankings with the, like I said, the Godfather and shit like that, Scarface, because it's about the same shit. It just got niggas in it. It got the same amount of gore, blood, guts, sex, drugs. It got all the same shit that they got, and it's shot beautifully, and it's scored beautifully, and it's written beautifully. So there should be no reason that it's not with those movies, in my opinion. You know, like I said, you swap these people out with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, it's the same movie.
Yeah, they wanted it like that.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, I give this movie a 9.3, man. This is a great movie.
All right. With that being said, the final score for Menace II Society is a 8.2 fire rating. Good shit.
Nice.
Let me go type this in the movie chat real quick. 63
Lit.
Menace II Society 8.2 over Paranormal Activity from last week. Good shit. Now, with that being said, the next pick for next week belongs to me. So, I get to pick the next movie. And my original choice was a movie from 1960. It was a horror film from 1960. That was my original choice.
This nigga went straight to the archives for that. Holy shit.
Yeah, and we've never watched nothing from. You said what?
You think he me?
Hey, we've never watched nothing from the 60s, or especially not a horror movie. But I actually ended up changing it. Fireworks, you told me not to change my pick, but I changed it anyway today.
Well, why? What was the deciding factor?
Shout out LL Smooth Tex in the building, man. Yeah, I didn't want to pick that movie. The movie I was gonna pick.
Hey, hold on, son. Yo, Tex, you gotta mute yourself, brother. I hear you breathing heavy.
Hey, Tex, you want to say something while you here? I don't hear shit from Tex. Hey, Tex, you good?
Get the nigga out of here.
Yeah, no, he's muted.
He muted up, but I didn't hear him before.
No,
but
anyway, that shit was loud as shit.
All right, so I just decided to change it, Fireworks, because I didn't want to pick that movie, and I was like, well, nigga, it's my pick, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. So I actually picked a different movie that I'd never seen before, but I went to my list. I got a list of movies. All of y'all know I got a list of movies of things that I want to watch that I haven't seen. So I went to my list and I pulled out a movie, man. We got some racism coming next week. Forgive me, all of the the viewers, man, who might not. But hey, it's a classic. That's what they say. I don't know. I've never seen it. But next week, man, we got for the first time on the podcast, Clint Eastwood. Shout out Clint Eastwood. This is gonna be the second Clint Eastwood movie I've ever seen.
I already know what you're talking about.
I already know too.
Of course, y'all know. The first one I saw was Dirty Harry. Shout out that. But next week we will be watching. What year did this come out?
I don't know, Slim. You tell me.
Yeah, let me find out what year this movie came out.
I'm gonna guess 2000 and if I know the movie right, I'm gonna guess
2007, 2008.
What's the name of the movie, guys?
Gran Torino.
Yeah, Gran Torino, 2008. That's lit. We'll be watching Gran Torino next week.
You know what's funny, Slim? I was actually gonna pick that a while ago, bro. A while ago. Like it was when it was around the time when I chose The Prestige.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna choose Gran Torino originally, right? But fucking I think KTL said, "Oh well, don't choose that because I just watched that." So
fuck KTL. What the hell? You pick something else because KTL told you not to.
Don't respect KTL around here.
KTL cool art, but fuck that nigga. That's crazy. So Art, you seen Gran Torino? Fireworks, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Art, you saw it too?
I wouldn't mind watching it again. So
Luno, you've seen it or you haven't seen it?
Hell no.
All right, man.
I seen it
I
back in high
haven't seen
school.
it. Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I know what it's about. So, yeah. Hey, Tex, you want to say anything before we leave, man? That's the next movie is Gran Torino. We got an 8.2 for Menace II Society. I don't know if Tex want to say anything. So, anybody else got anything to say?
A pleasure. Another week in the bag, you know what I'm saying? So everybody.
Hey, Luno, we can't hear you.
Yo.
Yep.
Hello? Oh, yeah. I was saying, nah, man, this is a good podcast. You know, welcome back to Fireworks and all that. We had some people pull up today. That's what's up. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like Ruth said, you definitely should have picked this instead of that other bullshit.
We talking the Fireworks and the Prestige.
Oh, no, the
Huh?
Prestige was fire. I don't stamp that. I'm glad I watched that.
Hey, look, Roots, I'm here on the actual podcast episode, contributing. You know what I mean?
Talk
So
to
you
that
can't,
nigga.
you can't fire me, nigga. You can't fire me, nigga.
First
Can't
be
fire
back
me, nigga.
already.
He's
Sending
back.
Fuck out of
shots.
here, nigga.
Man,
He's back.
Nigga.
Oh,
Fuck is
man.
wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with him, son?
You better hurry up for Roots pull up and start talking
I
crazy.
don't give a
Yeah,
fuck about Roots.
yeah. Let's do the outro before this man get in a foul mood.
All right, anything else, man? Art?
Yeah, shout out to me, man. Shout out to me for pulling up, man.
All right, man. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. What? All right. This has been another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. We'll be back next week, and we are out.
Peace.
Oh, this is the wrong one, ain't it?
Yeah, that was the intro one, bro. I was about to say.
This nigga Roots, bro, got all these damn songs up here.
Oh, actually, yo, shout out to Roots though. He produced some fire shit for the show.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Oh, Luna, I was checking out the album you dropped. That shit was fire.
Oh, salute, bro. Appreciate it, man.
No doubt.
Thanks for listening.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Hey. It's the podcast. Hey.